Let's jump right into today's tasting to see how Trader Joe's Loire Valley range stacks up. I have 5 white wines. The prices range from $6.99 to $17.99 per bottle. The first wine up is the 2023 Vignobles Lacheteau Muscadet Sevre Maine Surly. You'll hear the same producer name many times in this video, as 4 of the 5 wines are from the same source. They're a well-established wine producer that sells in many international markets. The Muscadet sells for $7.99. This first wine is under a screw cap, and a couple of the upcoming bottles are also under screw caps as well. In my view, this is the ideal closure for wines that are not meant to be kept all that long. It really helps the wine to retain its freshness, brightness, its vitality. Now, the grape variety used in this is called Melon de Bourgogne. Oftentimes now it's simply called Melon. And Muscadet has long been a fantastic value. I remember back more than 40 years ago when I was first getting into the wine trade, Muscadet was one of the first real wines that I ever tried. Back then the wine sold for about $4 a bottle. It's amazing that 40 years later the wine is still under 10. Now, in terms of the appearance, it's very pale. Again, this is typical for this sort of wine. Sometimes, and I'm not seeing it in this example, but sometimes you'll have a Muscadet and tiny bubbles, CO2 bubbles, will adhere to the base of the glass. This one doesn't have that. But in terms of the aroma, really fresh, bright. There's this zesty, zingy, really clean, pure character to it, a bit like green apple, very citrusy, moderate intensity. This wine sees 0 time in oak, so the aroma is really all based on what's coming from the fruit itself, and it has that freshness, that vitality, just like it should. On the palate, the acidity is what hits you. Really bright, clean, zesty. It has that freshness to it. It's not all that heavy. There's only 12% alcohol, and again, that is quite typical for Muscadet. But there's that freshness, and it has this really clean, lively character to it with the lifted acidity. Just moderate length on the finish. It's not a complex wine. It's not like there's a whole lot going on here, but what it shows has a lot of precision and purity. This is a very good example of what Muscadet should be. Now, with this wine and with some of the upcoming wines, these are oftentimes billed as the perfect wines with seafoods, various types of shellfish. For Muscadet, it's oftentimes linked to oysters. This is a very good example of what Muscadet should be. Next is a series of 3 Sauvignon Blancs, the first being the 2024 Vignobles Lacheteau Touraine Sauvignon Blanc. It's the least expensive wine in today's tasting. Think of it as the bargain hunter's wine. It's a large appellation with over 80% of the vineyards being dedicated to Sauvignon Blanc. This wine sells for $6.99. So the second wine is also under a screw cap. And this wine is often very much a value-priced wine. I've had some examples of this that I think are outstanding. Others are just kind of so-so. I have not tasted this in previous years, so this is a first for me. Now, the color of this looks as it should. It has this fresh, bright color. There's a slight greenish tinge, which is very common with Sauvignon Blanc. Now, in terms of the aroma, it has this citrus herbal character. It actually smells a little bit like dill. There's some good intensity here. It smells very fruity, fresh, vibrant. I'm actually impressed with the aroma. It's really quite good and pure. On the palate, very simple. It's fresh, bright. Again, this is an example that has seen 0 time in oak. This is all out of stainless steel. Up front, there's a freshness and a brightness to it that I really like. On the back palate, it falls off fairly quick. There's really nothing in terms of depth. Now, the wine actually is quite enjoyable. I don't think this is anything all that special. The price point that it comes in at feels about right. I would suggest serving this well chilled. And, for a casual Tuesday night, I would actually be quite satisfied with this. The next wine is Laurent Reverdy Sancerre. Reverdy is a common name in that part of the world. You'll find several wine producers with that same last name. In recent years, Sancerre has become all the rage. Made entirely from Sauvignon Blanc, this wine sells for $17.99. So at this point, we're going from the least expensive wine to the splurge in today's tasting. And this one is also under natural cork. It's actually a nice looking cork branded with the Sancerre name on it. Now, Sancerre in recent years has really taken off in terms of popularity. With that, the prices have also really jumped. Many bottlings now you'll find in that $30 range or up. Now, this particular one from Trader Joe's, I believe I spotted this a year or two back. I think the price is actually up a few dollars. But in terms of what's going on in the market, I'm hoping this still delivers a good value. Now, in terms of the color, again, very, very pale. This is also a wine that will see no time in oak. Being all Sauvignon Blanc, it has a little bit of a greenish tinge, very pale, looks fresh, exactly as it should. Now, in terms of the aroma, this smells very nice. Much different than the previous wine. Wine 2 had a very overt fruit character to it, and it was direct but quite simple. This is more layered, more nuanced, there's more complexity to it. It has that citrus character, there's a bit of a green apple note, and there's something here that reminds me a bit of tarragon. It smells very nice. On the palate, there's some nice weight here. It's actually very full. There's some volume here. The wine checks in at 13% alcohol. Very typical of what you'll find for this sort of wine. But there's some nice length on it. It's put together well. It's well structured. It's balanced. It's really a solid bottle from start to finish. Now, I don't think this is a sensational example of Sancerre, but it is very good. And looking at what's happened in the marketplace, the value on this really is quite solid. If typically you're paying $30 or so, this is definitely worth searching out. This wine is really quite solid. Next up is the 2023 Vignobles Lacheteau Pouilly Fume. This appellation only produces white wine made from Sauvignon Blanc. This is one of the premier regions of the Loire Valley. It's priced at $15.99. For me, oftentimes, the very best Sauvignon Blanc wines from Loire have been Pouilly Fume, so I have high hopes for this one. I've actually not tasted this in previous years, so I'm curious. Now, this again is made entirely from Sauvignon Blanc. The color looks very similar to the previous wines. This may have just a bit more depth of color to it, maybe just a touch. Now, in terms of the aroma, really nice aroma. It's very fresh, has good purity. There's this zesty, clean character to it. Again, that citrus fruit note is very evident, bit of a green apple character. And again, it has a little bit of that herbal note to it, a little bit of a dill, tarragon sort of characteristic to it. It's not like it's overly expressive. It's not like it just jumps out of the glass, but it has this elegance and refinement to it. Really love the way this smells. On the palate, there's this brightness and freshness to it. Very clean, zesty acidity. This is the key for many Sauvignon Blanc wines from Loire. Very nice presence there. The citrus character, that herbal note follows through. And the wine definitely is not heavy. It comes in at 12.5% alcohol, but the structure is good. Everything is balanced. There's nice length. The wine is put together very well. Now, I don't think this is one of the greatest Pouilly Fumes that I've had, but the wine is very good. It has a strong sense of place. It's made very, very well. I think the value on this is really outstanding. especially when you look at many other Pouilly Fume in the market, and the price can oftentimes be in that $30 range and up. This is very good. I've got a feeling this is what I'm going to be drinking later tonight. The next wine is the 2023 Vignobles Lacheteau Vouvray. This is the only wine in today's tasting that has a bit of sweetness. This one is made entirely from Chenin Blanc, one of the world's most ancient grape varieties. It sells for $9.99. Chenin Blanc may be the world's most underappreciated grape variety. It can make a whole wide range of styles, from bone dry to amazing dessert wines. It makes fantastic sparkling wines as well. The example that I have here is more of an everyday semi-dry style. Now, Vouvray is a classic, and earlier I mentioned that Muscadet was something that I had maybe 40 years ago when I was first getting in the wine. Same for Vouvray. So this is something that has been a great value for many years, and it's something that I don't drink all that often. Maybe I'm a little bit nostalgic about it, but I'm looking forward to drinking this one. Now, the color on this, again, is quite pale. Keep in mind this wine is very youthful. It comes out of stainless steel. It's meant to be fresh and bright. The aroma on this is completely different than the previous three wines. This has more of a brighter, fresher fruit character. There's a little bit of a peach, almost a honey sort of characteristic. Nice vibrancy, very fresh. It has this really clean, friendly, sort of fun character to it. Very typical of Chenin Blanc. The acidity is very bright. It's lively, clean, fresh. There's sweetness here, but it's just a minimal amount of sweetness. Off dry, I think, maybe a descriptor that some people use. But it has that freshness. There's a vitality to it. Again, it's the acidity that really holds this wine together. Nice length on the back palate. It's a simple wine. It's nothing that's going to just knock your socks off, but it's fresh, it's clean, it's really fruity, lively. This is the type of wine that goes very well with spicy food. The alcohol is not all that high. It's only 11.5, and that sweetness helps to tap down some of the spiciness in some foods. Really do like this. I think this is a wine I'll be drinking a little bit later tonight as well. A little Pouilly Fume, and maybe finish the night with a bit of Vouvray. And a special thank you to Tony, who works the wine department at my local Trader Joe's. He puts up with me each time I visit. As always, thank you very much for supporting my channel. I hope you're drinking something interesting tonight, and please stop back again before too long. Cheers.